Hey everyone, welcome back. This week's video is dedicated to all of our supporters. This story is part of an ongoing series called Stories from the City Lights. Each episode is like a little movie exploring different parts of a city and touching on various themes. If you want to check out the playlist for all of our episodes, there's a link in the description box below. Now let's meet our characters. In the heart of a bustling metropolis, amidst the symphony of car horns and distant sirens, lived Elena, a woman whose life revolved around deadlines and the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee. With a heart hardened by years of unfulfilled promises and a soul weary from a failed relationship, Elena had built walls so high that love was nothing more than a distant memory. Her days were filled with the pursuit of the perfect scoop, the thrill of a well-crafted article, and the quiet comfort of her cozy apartment. Her nights were filled with takeout containers and the soft glow of her laptop screen as she chased stories that unfolded late into the night. Then there was Maya, an artist whose life was a canvas splashed with the colors of passion and creativity. Her world was a whirlwind of art shows, gallery openings, and the constant hunt for inspiration. Her life was an open notebook filled with sketches of cityscapes, portraits, and abstract designs that echoed the rhythm of her heart. Her soul was a melody, forever searching for harmony. Her spirit was a wildfire burning with a fierce intensity that both fascinated and frightened those around her. Both women found themselves drawn to the same corner of the city, a place where dreams danced with reality and where the rhythm of the city was most alive. For Elena, it was the familiar haunt, a place where the energy of the city pulsed through the pavement and whispered tales of forgotten dreams and new beginnings. For Maya, it was the muse, a place where the city unfolded before her like a watercolor painting, ready to be captured on her canvases. Their paths had almost crossed countless times, like ships passing in the night, their lives moving in parallel lines that never quite intersected. Then one evening, as the city draped itself in its finest attire, a chance encounter orchestrated by the hands of fate brought them together in that very spot. The city, with its myriad of faces and stories, had finally decided to reveal its most precious secret to them, the promise of love. It was a night like any other in the city. The sky was a velvet canvas studded with diamonds, and the air was alive with the murmur of 1,000 stories waiting to be told. The city throbbed with activity, its arteries teeming with life. The city at night was alive, glittering like 1,000 stars scattered across steel and glass. Neon signs hummed, laughter spilled from cafes, and the cool breeze carried the scent of roasted chestnuts and perfume. Among the river of people moving through the streets, two women walked alone, yet somehow they seemed tethered by fate. Elena, a journalist who lived for deadlines and coffee, was used to rushing past faces, never letting them linger. But that night something slowed her down. Across the plaza, under the golden glow of a lamppost, she saw her. Maya, a painter known for filling canvases with colors that felt like music. Maya was sketching in her worn leather notebook, her hair falling loose, her smile faint as though she was keeping secrets only the night could hear. Their eyes met. It wasn't long, maybe a second or two, but it was enough to make Elena's heart stumble. She looked away, embarrassed by her own curiosity. Yet the pull was stronger than her logic. Every step she took, she felt Maya's gaze still on her, like the city itself wanted their paths to cross. As if guided by an invisible force, Elena found herself circling back to the plaza. She told herself she was just curious about the sketch, but there was something else, a melody in her chest that urged her closer. Maya looked up again, and this time her smile widened. "Want to see?" she asked, lifting the notebook toward her. The drawing was of the very plaza they stood in, the lamppost glowing brighter, the people fading like shadows, but at the center, Elena noticed a lone figure. "You drew me," Elena whispered, half startled, half enchanted. "You were glowing," Maya replied simply as though it was obvious. The words sent warmth rushing through Elena, the kind that city lights couldn't provide. They fell into conversation easily, talking about art, about writing, about the loneliness of big cities and the magic hidden in fleeting moments. Hours slipped by as easily as pages in Maya's sketchbook. The plaza emptied, the cafes dimmed, but their laughter kept the night alive. When the clock struck midnight, Maya suggested a walk by the river. The reflections of skyscrapers shimmered on the water, a mosaic of colors dancing in the waves. Their shoulders brushed as they walked, each touch lingering longer than the last. Elena felt a spark she hadn't known in years. Finally, on a quiet stretch where the city noise softened into whispers, Maya stopped. She looked at Elena, her eyes glowing brighter than the skyline. "Do you believe in nights that change everything?" she asked softly. Elena's reply caught in her throat. She wanted to say yes, but words felt too small for the storm inside her chest. Instead, she leaned closer, letting silence answer. Maya met her halfway. Their lips touched, gentle at first, like testing the waters of a dream. The kiss was warm, patient, yet filled with unspoken promises. The city lights above seemed to blur, leaving only the two of them in focus. Elena's hand slid into Maya's, while Maya's fingers traced the line of her jaw as if sketching her into memory. When they pulled away, breathless and smiling, the world didn't feel so heavy anymore. The rain had stopped, leaving behind a world washed clean and sparkling. The city lights were brighter now, reflecting in the wet streets like 1,000 tiny mirrors. The wind, no longer biting, carried the scent of wet concrete and blooming jasmine. As Elena and Maya walked on, hand in hand, the city seemed to sigh contentedly, as if relieved of a burden it didn't know it had carried. For Elena, the kiss tasted like freedom, a liberation from the confines she had built around her heart. It was a reminder that even after the coldest winters, spring would bloom again. For Maya, the kiss was a burst of color, a splash of vibrant emotion on her already vivid canvas. It was a melody that resonated deep within her soul, echoing the rhythm of her heart. Suddenly, Maya stopped, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "I have to show you something," she said, pulling Elena toward a narrow alleyway bathed in the soft glow of a street lamp. The alley was a hidden gem, tucked away from the city's clamor, a sanctuary where brick walls whispered stories of old. At the end of the alley, leaning against a wall, was Maya's bike. But it wasn't just any bike. It was a kaleidoscope of colors, a mosaic of shattered glass and mirrored tiles, each piece reflecting a fragment of the city's soul. "It's my latest project," Maya said, her voice hushed with reverence. "I call it Reflections." Elena stood mesmerized, not just by the bike, but by the reflection of the city, of their night, and most importantly of Maya herself, that she saw in it. The bike was a masterpiece, a testament to Maya's unique perspective and her ability to find beauty in the most unexpected places. It was a symbol of their night, a night that had turned into a kaleidoscope of emotions, a mosaic of shared laughter, stolen glances, and a kiss that tasted like forever. As they made their way back to the plaza, the city seemed to shimmer with a new magic. The neon lights pulsated with life, the laughter echoed with familiarity, and the city's embrace felt warm and inviting. The night was far from over, and Elena knew that whatever came next, she wouldn't face it alone. They had found solace in each other's company, a moment of tranquility in the chaos of the city. When the night deepened and the city's glow softened, they found themselves back at the plaza. Their lamppost, stood sentinel, casting long shadows that danced at their feet. The air was thick with unspoken emotions, and the silence between them was no longer awkward, but comfortable, like an old friend. The city around them hummed its nightly tune, but their world had shrunk to the space between their gazes, the touch of their fingertips, the beat of their shared breath. The night had been a revelation, a reminder that sometimes the most profound connections are forged in the most unexpected places. And as the first rays of dawn began to paint the sky, they knew that this moment was more than just a chapter in their lives. It was a turning point, a new beginning, a testament to the enduring power of human connection under the city lights. If you liked this video, please leave us a like and a comment. Your feedback helps us improve and brings us closer to our goal of reaching more audiences with our original lesbian love stories. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when we release our next video. Thanks for watching.